Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a medium question in the database category that I just solved on my own. So I'm really proud of this and I'm really glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any help. And I thought it was very straightforward. So let me show you how I did it. This question is called Gameplay Analysis 4, number 550. And what they're asking you to do is to write a solution to report the fraction of players. So you have these player IDs that logged in exactly one day after the day they first logged in, rounded to 2 decimal places. Okay, so you want to return a fraction in 2 decimal places, means exactly 2 digits after the decimal. So basically, let's get every player ID and let's figure out when that player ID first logged in. Okay, that's going to be the earliest event date for that player. And then, for example, 1 logged in on 3/2. That's exactly one day after 3/1, so we would include 1. This is not exactly one day after this, so we don't include 3, and 2 only has 1 log, so we don't include 2. So the overall 1 divided by 3 is 33%. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and get the player IDs and then also the event dates, because we're going to find the difference between the second and the first if there is a second, which there is not in this case, for example. So for a in enumerate activity player ID, we're going to use that as the key. So d of a dot append activity, we care about the event date because there might be multiple, as in the case with 1 and 3 player IDs. So for event date of I, and then we also want to sort it because we want to figure out the first event date for each player. So let's print k and dk. Cool. So 1 and 2 is already out of the running because there's only one timestamp. We're interested in the second day, right? So if length of dk is bigger than 1, then it's a possibility. And again, like I said, we're only interested in the first 2 because we're going to ask if the second is exactly one day after the first. So let's call this difference is dk of 1 minus dk of 0. These are timestamp data types. Notice they're not strings, so we can do this. And let's print the diff. So the difference is going to be in the days, right? So now we just care about if integer, we want to turn this back into integer because we only care about this number in front, right? So if integer of string of diff, so let's first get string diff dot split of 0. If this integer is equal to 1, then we actually care about that one, right? So in that case, you can see you have 1 here, so let's first get all the total users, and inside of a set, total u dot add a, that's the player IDs. So this one, let's call this valid. Let's make another set. In that case, v dot add k, and then at the end, let's print v and total u. So that should give us the ratio, the length of this divided by the length of this, right? Because they both are sets, meaning they don't have duplicates. So we can just set result to an empty data frame, and then we only have one column, right? So result of fraction, set that equal to, this has to be a list, and then there's only one number in there, which is going to be length of v divided by length of tot u. But again, we have to round to 2 decimal places, so let's call this round. Use the round function that's built in to 2 decimal places. Okay, and then let's return the data frame and see what we get. Okay, submit it. And there you go, passes all test cases. Again, I'm really proud that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance and solve it on my own. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.